Hi, everybody.
Hi. Sorry, we are still just eating tea.
We're waiting.
Hi.
Oh my goodness. It's
Sorry,
raining.
we are still just eating tea.
Sorry, everybody. We're still just eating tea. Six. What?
Should we just give everyone a few minutes to
Yeah.
join, is what I was just saying.
And then we'll,
Sorry, this is such boring viewing. I'm just eating pizza and you're not doing anything.
oh dear. And that's Ted, our babby. So we'll see how things go. We'll give it a little bit of time and we'll be right underway shortly. Feel free to share your FPL victories. And not so much, as I'm sure there's out there as well. And then we can get started.
All good? Can you get your dashboard on your phone?
Don't know.
Should we get started? Because it's like 1:15 and we're really late.
Sure, can do.
Okay.
Absolutely. Right then, we've got 4 rounds. Each round has 10 questions in. So you can either pen and paper it, old school, or if you want, you can take notes on your phone or whatever. And then if there is a winner, we'll verify their answers and make sure they haven't cheated. We'll get cracking.
It's pretty much 1 point per question, really, until we
Yeah.
specify otherwise, isn't it? There's a bit of a mix. There's some pictures in there, anagrams, bit of everything.
So yes, right. Round 1 is the FPL season for 1920. Question 1. During which FPL game week did lockdown take place?
Watching it.
So that's kind of, it happened halfway through game week, so we want to know which game week it kind of kicked off. Because there was a couple of teams that didn't play that game week, so kind of think back to when that was and which game week. So we'll look for a game week number for that one. Number 2. Who broke records by being captained by the most amount of FPL managers, over 2 million in game week 26? So this is one player, highly owned obviously, and highly captained that week as well. So who do we think that was? Let's take a note of that. And question 3.
By the way, I'll try and keep track of any messages or chat. So if you're having any issues, you can either DM me or we have got the chat on the side as well. So just let us know if you need anything repeating or you can't hear us or anything like that. I'm here.
Number 3. Who won FPL 1920? So this is
Ooh,
as
have you been
recent
paying
as it
attention?
gets. So we're looking for, and that person I know is actually on Twitter as well. So we'll accept either the Twitter handle or the actual person's name.
Yeah,
Either.
that's fair.
Number 4, we're looking at player prices. If you bought someone at 9 mil and their cost price is now 10.3 mil, what could you sell them for? So what's the selling price if the purchase price is 9? The selling price is 10.3. What can you sell them for? And again, anyone just joining us, feel free to join at any point. Take a note of the answers and
Yeah, we'll repeat them
tally up
back.
at the end and do a repeat as well. So for this one, if you bought someone at 9, Cost price is now 10.3. How much can you sell them for? And hi, Louis. Welcome. First comment of the evening. You want to do a couple?
No, you go ahead. I'll keep track of messages.
Absolutely. Who has received the most bonus points this season in total? So one player has received more than anybody else. So who is that player? How many double game weeks did we have this season? So COVID put a stop to some of these, but I want to know how many double game weeks we have actually had. Now we're at the end of the season. So what player has increased the most in price this season? So from their starting price to their end price, so we're looking at the start and the end.
As in, like, game week 1 to game week 38, or could they have gone up during the season and now have gone down again?
Could have gone down again, but this player has had the biggest gain out of anybody.
And has finished 38 on the biggest gain?
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
So it's the biggest gain throughout the season, and who reached the highest stretch. Because one player has done more than anyone else. And it's still pretty... it might be a bit of a clue, but we'll move on. Question 8. 3 goalkeepers are tied for the most penalty
We've got a bit
saves.
of a delay, so yeah, just come up there.
Our audio will be delayed though.
Okay.
3 goalkeepers are tied for the most penalty saves. Who is the cheapest? So it's 3 on the same amount of penalty saves. One of them's cheaper than the other 3. Who is that one? 3 goalkeepers are tied for the most penalty saves. Who's the cheapest? Question 9. Do Man City or Liverpool have more players in the FPL top 10 points per player list? So if you listed the top 10 FPL players, as in the actual footballers, by number of points, who would have more players in the top 10? It's either Man City or Liverpool. So 50-50 chance on this one, so a good chance to get a point. So it's Man City or Liverpool. That's question 9, so we're at the almost end of this round. And number 10, we're on for who got the most points in a single game week. So this is a player who scored the most in one game week. And that could have been a double game week, it could have been a single game week, it could have been a normal game week. But it's just kind of how much did that... Is one player that got the biggest points haul in a week. So we want to know the name of that player. And that will take us on to round 2.
So I think quite a few people just joined mid-round, so if anybody didn't catch the start of the quiz or has missed questions because we did fire through that quite quickly and you want us to repeat any, just let us know.
And we'll kick off with round 2. Who am I? So this one is a mixture of picture rounds and normal questions. And they're all one player.
This one. Okay, so round 2, who am I? Here's your first picture, about to pop up. Who is this? It's really challenging stuff. Who is that? Okay. Question 2. Or actually, technically, yeah, this is question 2. Yeah. There you go. Who is that? We're trying to keep it a little bit easier by keeping The shirt's not pixelated, so it should give you some clues.
And hair as well. That's a clue
Yeah,
on
and
this
hair,
one.
yeah. Here's this. Okay. Question 3, or picture 3. More of a tough one, I think, this one. Who's that? Next up, picture 4. Easier than the last one, would you say? But not that easy.
Not that
no,
easy.
you struggled with this one,
Yeah, I
didn't
don't
you?
think I'd have got this one.
Picture 4. And here is picture 5. Picture 5.
A wolf in sheep's clothing.
Okay. Question 6 for Who Am I? Same round, still round 2. But we've moved away from pictures. We've gone for clues. I am this season's highest scoring striker in FPL at 211 points. Who am I? So that was, I am this season's highest scoring striker in FPL at 211 points. Who am I? I think that one's alright.
Easy enough, I think, that one.
Okay. Question 7. Despite being guaranteed relegation in game week 35, I am still selected. It's actually 11.4% of teams now, I think.
Yeah, it did go down a bit.
Yeah, I did change it. I don't know why it's done. Despite being guaranteed relegation by game week 35, I am still selected, and just a correction on this, by 11.4% of teams. And there we go, edited that for you. Just in case you happen to know another player that's selected by 11.5% of teams that was relegated by 35. Okay. Question 8. There are 2 midfield players who have played 3,420 minutes, which is also all games. Can you name them? And we will give you 1 point for each. There are 2 midfield players who have played all the games, all the minutes. Can you name both of them? And we will give you 1 point for each. Question 9. I am the only FPL defender that has missed a penalty this year. Who am I? I am the only FPL defender that has missed a penalty this year. Who am I? Last but not least, question 10. I joined FPL in the January transfer window, yet I have the most points per match ratio. So that's, I joined FPL in the January transfer window, yet I have the most points per match ratio. Who am I? There we go. And that is the end of round 2, which makes it half time. We are going to have a very quick 5-minute break. During this break, if you want to send us a message, if you've missed any of the questions, if you want to grab a drink or whatever, that's absolutely fine. We will reconvene at, let's say, 20:35.
Hi everybody, welcome back.
We're just giving people a minute to join.
For the second half, another 20 questions across 2 different rounds. And a little teaser there, round 3 is Premier League.
Cool. One more minute.
Yeah, and then we'll kick off at 35 minutes past.
Yeah, we did promise. Sorry, it's a bit rude, really. We should probably say how everyone's week's gone or season's gone, really, shouldn't we?
Average.
What, you? You think? Yeah.
Well, this week was average. Season.
Wait, you got way more than I did.
Well, then you didn't do very well, did you?
Ah.
I got 65.
Oh, yeah?
But with a -4. And I got 69. Oh, yeah, so then the -4, so I'm on 65.
Yeah, I got like 58. Do you know why? It's because I went KDB to, well, it was a free hit, so it's hard to say who for, but it was a silly thing to do.
And how would your team have done if you hadn't free hit? Better.
Yeah, probably, because I had Bruno, KDB, there was a few.
I can't believe KDB started and played another 90.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it? And Morris, did you say Morris didn't play a minute?
Morris didn't play a minute the week before and then came on at half time this week.
What an absolute nightmare. Pep is a joke.
Never.
There's no logic
ever
to it at
second guess
all.
them.
Well, obviously there is, because they're obviously sick, but ludicrous.
And Foden hasn't started 2 games on the trot since, well, actually, don't quote me on this, but potentially ever until now. Because he hasn't done it, I know he definitely hasn't since lockdown. So when was the last time he'd been that he started 2 in a row? Probably never. And it just so happens that he does it this week over Morris. Obviously he only did half. And Morris did come on and get a couple of returns, but 90 minutes, it could have been a very different story. But oh well.
Anyway, we're getting sour about our weeks now, aren't we? We just crack on.
Yeah, this is round 3.
We said it'd be a bit of fun.
How many players that played in game week 38 are called Mason? I would say we're looking at first names here. It doesn't matter, I don't think. But just to guide people. First name Mason.
Yeah.
So the answer wouldn't be 0.
Right,
Because-
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, number 2. How many of Jamie Vardy's 23 goals were scored inside the area? It's something between 0 and 23. So how many has he scored inside the area? Certainly at least a couple of pens in there, so you know there's a few. Just trying to picture him scoring outside the box. How many times has he done that, if ever? Could be 23.
Could be.
Question 3. Which team hasn't had a VAR decision go against them? So we're saying, when it's gone to VAR, has this team ever had, well no, this team hasn't had one go the wrong way for them at all. So, number 4. Which team has had the most VAR decisions go for them with 10? I will say this is a different team to question 3. So which one has the most decisions go for them with 10?
It's weird because I bet everyone universally hates VAR, but for one team, 10 decisions have gone for them, so...
I'm actually surprised the number's that low for the most.
Do you think?
Because Because it makes you
That's
kind of
quite high.
you get the impression VAR interrupts every single game.
Well, it does. But it's got to go someone's way.
Exactly, and if it's only gone 10 for the most,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
one every 4 games.
Yeah.
So 5. Who is this season's oldest outfield player with at least one appearance? So no goalkeepers in this because they're the oldies. So we're looking for the other 10, and we've got the oldest player with at least one appearance.
I was shocked by this, actually. I have to say. Surprised me.
I don't know if he's actually. I don't want to say actually. I'm not going to give anything away.
Okay.
Because a player that's up there has just retired,
Ooh.
but it's not him. Oh, clue. Who is this season's top 6 in order? Now we need 1 through 6, and we need all 6, and we need them in order for the
exact
1 point.
order. Have you been paying attention this afternoon, basically?
Yeah. Not just following your FPL points, look at the table itself. Number 7. Which player has been shown the most yellow cards?
I don't think I would have got this either, you know.
It would have been close. Well, it was close. Yeah.
Can you remember how many this player got it by then?
1.
Oh, really? Oh, that close?
There's 1 card in it.
Oh, gosh. Right.
And no one has yet come close to Holly Bass's record. It's an awful shame.
Unless it is Holly.
Could be, I don't think quite played enough games. Number 8. Where did Crystal Palace finish? Simple enough. In theory. Move on, because I think if you know it, you know it. If you don't, you don't.
True.
Number 9.
Guessable, though.
Which 2 teams don't have 1 player over 5% ownership? So there's 2 teams out of the 20 when none of their players are owned by more than 5% of FPL managers. Who are those 2 teams? I think process of elimination, you'll get there. I think that's quite interesting.
I think I'd have got one, but not the other.
I kind of feel that there's a couple of players on both teams where we would have gone over 5, but apparently not. Last question for this round then. Who is the most selected defender? Again, easy enough. Who's the most owned defender in FPL? And I definitely wouldn't have got this.
No, well, I said to you, I thought I was on the right track.
So, and that is it for round 3. We're on to round 4, which is another Who Am I? Part 2.
Just gather your thoughts from that one.
And again, if anyone needs any questions again, let us know.
Yeah, I'm keeping track of my Twitter DMs as well. I'm trying to. Let's have a look. Right. Okay, round 4. Who Am I? Part 2. Again, it's going to be the same format. So we're going to give you 5 pictures and then 5. I'll not spoil the surprise. 5 different types of questions. Question 1 or picture 1. Who am I? Picture 2. Who am I?
Plays for City.
You just play for City.
There's
Yeah.
a clue.
You know what? We said that one might be hard. I think that's easy now.
Okay.
I've looked at it again. 3. That one's definitely easy. And gloves.
Yeah. I think he might be a goalkeeper.
Picture 4.
Not a goalkeeper.
Not a goalkeeper. And picture 5. Okay, and then for the second half of this round, something a little bit different. Here you have an anagram of a player. Who am I? I'll give you a few seconds on anagrams because I think it takes a little bit longer and people might want to write stuff down.
Yeah, write it down. Jumble it up.
Is that all one word?
It's first name and surname.
Oh, with no gap. Right.
No gap.
So you're looking for a first name and a surname out of this.
Mess.
But we don't. We have, for being a bit mean, we haven't told you where the gap is. I think that's really hard without the gap.
And it's hard because I can see it.
I can't at
Because
all.
I did it.
Can't see it at all. Look at me. I'm playing the quiz. I'm trying to get it. Right. 7. Is that the same sort of thing then? You've done a first name and surname without a gap?
And surname. No gap. No gap.
That's hard, you know, Chris.
That's easy, that one.
Well, that one's easy, but without the gap.
Toughy.
Yeah. That's actually a bit
I
brutal.
thought you'd give points away.
It's in the spirit of the game, though. Right. 8. Another one without a gap.
I put this and I don't think I can even get it.
Wait, can we really say how
what it
many... Have you even got an idea of how many words each name is? For each of them?
They're all
First name,
surname.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've got it.
That's really hard. I think that's really hard.
Alright, well,
Does anyone else think this is really hard?
easy peasy, I think. Next one's... You're going to smash it.
Okay. Oh god, right. So this one... Can you tell Chris did this round? So this is if their name was in Scrabble, this is the value of the Scrabble tile. Does that even make sense? I think you've been brutal here. Right, is that a gap between the 4 and the 5?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So it's
4 1
letters.
1 1 4 space 5 1 1 1. That could be anything.
It can literally only be one player, and I've made sure of that.
Because of the 5.
Because of the 5. If you know Scrabble, you know what I mean.
Well, if you know Scrabble, it'll be a nice bit of relief after the first anagrams that didn't even have spaces in. I can't believe I'm even going to say what the next one is. This one is who am I if my name was if my name was written in Wingdings the font. Oh,
There you go.
Chris.
I'll show you all read Wingdings.
So right, no, I'm on the side of the player here. So I suppose you could deduct that the circles are obviously the same letter. So you've got a name. I don't even know what this is. You've got a name that has 2 middle letters that are the same, and then like a middling letter in the surname. I don't think I know what this is. Did you do this by yourself?
No, you told me what player.
Did I? Hang on. Oh yeah, okay. I think I know what it is. God, it looks a lot harder though. Guys, this is brutal. Sorry. Right. I think that's about time.
It is, that's all our questions.
So, that is the end of the quiz. I have looked at messages and stuff, and I know a lot of people just joined us at half time. So what we'll do is we'll post this video on YouTube after, so that if you've only watched part of it live or dropped in and out or whatever, then you can go back, or you haven't seen it at all, you can go back and watch the full thing.
At your leisure.
Your leisure, yeah. And if you know, before you get the answers, want to log out and actually try and work out those anagrams yourself because you're that sort of person, that's absolutely fine too.
Or how you can rewind yourself and go back and...
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I think I'd be doing that. That's really hard.
You can pause us.
Yeah, you can pause us.
We could be paused right this moment, in fact.
Right, anyway. So, we'll make sure it's posted anyway on YouTube so you can go back, or if you haven't seen it, you can watch it again. But for those of us that have played and anyone that's watching it back, we shall go through the answers, shall we?
Absolutely.
Right. I've got them somewhere.
Shall we go through the slides with the answers?
Yeah, let's do that. That's nice, isn't it? So, okay. You did this one, didn't you, Chris?
Sure, so I will do the answers. So, during which FPL game week did lockdown take place? It was part way through game week 30. And number 2, who broke records by being captained by the most amount of FPL managers, over 2 million? It was Salah in that week. I can't remember if we checked, but I think pretty sure he blanked that week.
Did he?
Yeah.
I think I was one of the 2 million, you know. I'm fairly
fun.
sure I was.
Number 3, who won? Oh, we needed to double check this, didn't we? Because obviously this is a very live thing.
we want the handle, don't we, of the person that's actually won on Twitter? Because I feel like the handle's something like too good for FPL, which
That's
literally,
exactly it. Too good FPL.
which he literally is.
His name is Alexander. Too good FPL. I did have his surname, but he appears to not have it on anymore.
He's on Playmaker as well. Bit of a shout out to Playmaker, really good app. If you're not already on it, try and get Neil Murray to get you on there because it's awesome.
Yeah, but too good FPL is the answer we're looking for. Oh, you know what? You're having the point if you put Alexander because you obviously
Yeah,
you knew what
you
you were
know.
doing. Number 4, if you bought someone.
In fact, you can have a point if you put either of us as well.
Yeah,
I think that's fair.
Honourable mention to me.
Yeah.
And you. If you bought a player at 9 and sold, and the cost price was 10.3, you can now sell them for 9.6 mil.
That took me a couple of minutes when we first came up with that question.
And who received the most bonus points? Danny Ings. And that was one we didn't need to check after this game week because he was already
Way ahead.
more than 3 points ahead. And in fact, I think he got more today.
There's a little bonus answer. Can you remember how many points he is ahead? Oh, it'll be different after this week, though.
I think he was about 6 ahead before this
That's
game
mad.
week.
Such good value.
How many double game weeks did we have this season? It was just 2.
Yes, because if you include the Arsenal one of the lockdown week, that was forced into a double game week because they didn't finish, did they?
No.
It was them and another fixture.
Yeah.
And then our other normal double.
Which was Liverpool in 24, I think, off the top of my head. So there's your 2 doubles. We would have had more, but no. What players increased the most in price? This is also Danny Ings, who I believe is at 1.6 in price. So he started at 6 mil and he's finished the season on 7.6. And he probably, I think, will even be more next year.
Yeah, what are you saying for Danny Ings?
8.5. And I'd still be tempted.
Yeah, definitely.
If you think, what did Jimenez start this season at 8.5?
Yeah.
That seems fair. Similar to
Did you
Danny Ings.
start at 8.5 or 8? Does anyone know?
That's another quiz question. I'm
Anyway,
afraid.
we've gone off piste.
3 goalkeepers are tied for most penalty saves. Who is the cheapest? That was Tim Krul.
Cheapest chips, Tim Krul.
Yeah.
For good reason, really. But
Didn't do much else, but got 2 penalty saves, which is good.
yep.
So the team with the most people in the FPL top 10 for points would be Liverpool.
Must be close.
Yeah, it's just the 2 obvious mids and the 3 defenders make up the top 10. And who got the most points in a single game week? It was very recently. It was Mikel Antonio in game week 35.
26
With
points.
26 points with his 4 goals. which is the most I've seen in a very, very long time.
Okay. So, just to recap, this is round 2, Who Am I? I'm guessing now because my answer sheet that I've got in front of me doesn't have any of the answers on, so I'm going to try really hard to remember what the questions were. I left these as little blanks for Chris to fill in on our Word document, which he hasn't, so there we go.
I'm in bother.
You're in bother. Well, I'm going to take a stab at this myself and say this is Virgil van Dijk.
Yep.
Second picture is good old Matty Longstaff. Is this Brooks?
Yep.
God, I'm trying to remember myself now. This is awful. Oh my blanks. Next one, Neil Maupay. Yeah.
That's him.
Dendonka.
Yep.
Is it Dendonka?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Right. Now I think I do have some answers to this one. I am this season's highest scoring striker at 211 points. That is Jamie Vardy, despite being quite quiet today. But very quiet today, in fact. Question 7 is, despite being guaranteed relegation by game week 35, I am still selected by 11.4% of teams. That is Pookie. Guessing a lot of dead teams there. No, you might have fancied them. You know, they beat Man City last time. You never know. Question 8. There are 2 midfield players who have played all of the minutes of all of the games, and we'll give you 1 point for each. They are JWP, so Ward Prowse, and Declan Rice. I thought there was a few more that had got that achievement, actually, but there you go. Question 9. I am the only FPL defender that has missed a penalty this year. Who am I? That, unfortunately, is Matt Ritchie. And question 10. I joined FPL in the January transfer window, yet I have the most points per match ratio. And the answer to that is, no surprise probably, Bruno Fernandes. Oh, and unfortunately, running out of questions and answers for you because they're not on the list.
Okay, let me just quickly check this.
You mustn't have saved. Right, anyway, that'll change the screenshot on there.
So, how many players have played in game week 38 that are called Mason? It's just 2.
So that'd be Mason Greenwood, Mason Mount.
That's right. Mason Holgate, if you're wondering, didn't play.
And there is a Mason, obviously, referee, which I said might have been a little bit dubious, so we deliberately said players.
And now Jamie Vardy's 23 goals, 22 of them were scored inside the area.
That's mental.
Just 1 out the box. Which team hasn't had a VAR decision go against them? It was Newcastle.
Woo-hoo. We love VAR.
Which teams had the most go for them with 10 was Manchester United.
See, I don't want any complaining on Twitter about VAR from all you Man U fans. Oh, thank you.
Who's the oldest outfield player with at least 1 appearance? Actually, had quite a few appearances. Was Phil Jagielka.
Jagielka. That's crazy.
Who was 37 and a half, roughly. And the player that was close to him is Leighton Baines, who has retired today.
Has he? Oh, I totally missed that. Huh.
Who's the season's top 6 in order? So that was, of course, Liverpool, then Man City, Man U, Chelsea, Leicester, and then Spurs.
Hardlines Wolves. Although I think, can Wolves get a Europa spot if... Oh, I can't remember what the
there's
exact...
a couple of weird things. So
yeah. Chelsea need to beat whoever they're playing. Oh, do you know what? Actually,
Chelsea...
this is just me mind thinking out loud now, and I just you don't need to hear what that is.
If Chelsea or Wolves win Europa.
Yeah.
then, well, Wolves would be in Champions League, or if Chelsea win, then
Yeah.
Wolves would be in Europa.
Europa, yeah.
Or
I was halfway there myself, yeah.
if City win the Champions League, then 5th go in the Champions League and
Yeah.
Europa goes to Wolves.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Which player has been shown the most yellow cards? That was Miljelovic.
I was surprised by that.
And Miljelovic plays for Crystal Palace, who finished
Yeah, nice link.
14th.
14th. Not as good as Newcastle, it would seem, Crystal Palace.
Not quite.
Not quite.
Which two teams don't have a player over 5% ownership?
Oh.
Speaking of Newcastle, that's Newcastle and relegated Watford.
I'm really surprised at that because I think at one point ASM might have been more than 5. But
Yeah, I thought, well, ASM was shockingly low,
yeah, really low.
and I'm surprised Deeney or Sarr weren't up there as well.
Yeah,
for
because
Watford.
everyone's been all over Sarr. Like the FPL Twitter community, maybe
Yeah.
more so than general, has been all over Sarr. There you go.
And even like leftover Lascelles owners.
Well, I only saw Lascelles
I've
this
still
week.
got Lascelles.
Yeah, yeah.
Who was the most selected defender? That is by a decent distance, VVD. And then round 4. Who am I?
Right, you got some answers for me.
I do, yeah.
Cool. Where are we? Pictures. Oh, do you know what? I think I've got this. Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose it's the anagrams that you'll definitely want the answers for.
Yeah, yeah. So, picture 1 was Kurt Zuma. Congrats if you got that.
King.
No, that's not King. This is
No, sorry,
Zinchenko.
Kurt Zuma's the king.
This is
That's
Zinchenko.
Zinchenko, yeah.
Chris, for some reason, really likes Kurt Zuma. I've never understood it. It's probably been going on about 3 or 4 years.
You should all
Just
like Kurt
obsessed.
Zuma.
He's obsessed with Kurt Zuma. I think it's when he was really good value about 3 or 4 years ago. You brought him in and then he did like one really good week and then you've just loved him ever
Ever
since.
since.
Every time he's even on the ball, you're like, right, that's it, he's scoring. This is my king, my hero, Nick Pope. I have had Pope since game week 1. There you go. My only player that I've had week in, week out and played week in, week out every week. Oh, this is personal friend of ours actually. This is pal Daniel James. There you go. Tough one to get unless you know his hair or claw hand. And I think this one's maybe a little bit easier if you can get the beard. This is Nathan Redmond. Okay, right. 6.
Do you want me to just do these?
Is the van in the middle nothing, so it's not even a 3?
No, it's 2 words.
No, I don't know what it is.
Ender Stevens.
What? Oh, you're horrible.
Why am I?
That's horrible.
He's one of the highest scoring defenders this year. Perfect. There you go.
Next
This one's
one.
easy.
I'm going to say David Silva.
That's David Silva. Yeah, well done.
Don't well done me after Ender Stevens. This one has a J in it.
It does.
Oh, it's been a long day. Give me the first name.
J. S-E.
Oh, Jesse Lingard.
Yeah.
Damn it. I couldn't see that at all, Jesse Lingard. Right. Jesse Lingard. Scrabble. So I think because the 5 is there, that this will be Harry Kane.
That's right. Because K is the only 5-pointer in Scrabble. So there's your
Oh my god,
all Scrabble
that's like
players out there.
that's the most
rejoice.
loserish thing you've ever said. Right.
Yeah.
Windings, I've guessed this because 1, I suggested it earlier as a potential anagram, but 2, because of where those circles are, I'm going to say Callum Wilson.
You'd be right there.
So that is answer 10, round 4, Callum Wilson. And that takes us to the end of the answers. You were pleased to know, and a lot of sidetracking by us. But yeah, so end of quiz. We obviously hoped you enjoyed it. We had a lot of fun making it. A little bit of stress trying to get it to work at the start of the quiz, but apart from that, no, we've really enjoyed it. Quick message by us as well, just to say thanks for this season on Twitter. It's always been a pleasure. We love it. If you've enjoyed it, let us know. Even if you're watching it after it's been recorded and you're watching it there, feel free to let us know. It's absolutely fine. And yeah,
someone horrible just turned up in chat, so we'll need to end it sooner rather than later before he ruins it anymore.
Oh gosh, oh dear.
Thank you for that. Right, we'll end it there. Thanks for watching, everybody.
See you later.
Thanks for playing.
Bye.
Bye.